Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. Now, in this video, I am going to be covering some tech gear that you might not need, but you probably want to have just because it's going to make your life easier. And if you're looking to either be more prepared for when you're going out on a sales call, or you just want to have the best battle station that you get to sit down and work in, I am covering what I have so you can see exactly what I am using, and also some things that I always keep in my backpack. Now, the things that I'm going to recommend are different than my last video as far as what you need for sales, because it's just different. But there's things that you probably should just have in your backpack because we are tech people. I hate that umbrella, but it's what we are. We all have a pile of cables sitting around somewhere. We all have a bunch of different accessories that we may or may never use again, but that's okay. It's just who we are. So before I get into today's video, I need a huge favor. Number one, I am looking to help you guys the best way possible. And the best way for you to tell me what to make or things to create that you might need would be in the comments down below. I would appreciate it. Take 2 minutes. Harrison, I would love to see a video about this, or hey, Harrison, can you do a review about this? Whatever it may be, I'm open to all and every suggestion. I have a list of topics, but I keep seeing some comments, hey, could you do this? Could you do this? And I love making those videos. Number two, there is a giveaway going on. I have a bunch of stuff that I mentioned in my last video. I'll actually grab it really quickly. And in here is a list of everything that I would recommend, from the water bottle to the USB cables to even a presentation pointer. Everything in this box plus some extras. If you are interested in any of those things, there's a link to a giveaway down below. And last but not least, the masterclass. If you haven't already checked it out, go check it out. The new one is almost done. I promise you, it is something we are working on extremely, extremely diligently. So let me show you what I use to get to where I am. And also, a lot of you guys are interested in creating some content. So I want to share with you guys how you can jump into it at each level. Now, everything that I'm going to mention on here, for the most part, has a Black Friday deal, but a lot of you guys have asked me, what do you use? How do you use it? So I'm pulling back the curtain. I want to show you guys exactly what I use. So I currently use a G9 monitor. It is worth its weight in gold. I've had 3 and I've had 4 monitor setups. Ideally, I'd love 2 of these stacked on top of each other. It is a pretty hefty price tag. However, it is on sale right now. It is a fantastic, fantastic deal. It's just something that I love. I love being able to break up my monitor into multiple screens. It's just, in my opinion, the best tool because we do a lot of work across a bunch of different computers. I can split my monitor into dozens if I need to. I usually keep it 3, 4, sometimes 5 if I'm referencing a bunch of different things, but it just makes life easier having such a large monitor. If you don't want to go with Samsung or you don't like Samsung, there's plenty of other ultra wides out there, but I do think there is an inherent value in just having this. And you can see this. This is the last time I bought one. It's worth its weight in gold, in my opinion, just being able to get that much done. Next thing, I know this sounds silly, but a lot of you guys are interested in creating content. The easiest way to start creating content is a selfie stick. Now, I know that you guys are probably going to think it's weird or awkward that you're taking a selfie stick out. I've owned tons of them. Now, the reason why I recommend this one is because it has the little tripod at the bottom as well as a little clicker to use your phone. The first step in creating content is actually creating the content and learning to be uncomfortable in different situations. So having a selfie stick while you're going out, you're doing things on site, is vital to have. And like I said, none of this is in any order of what you should have or you shouldn't have. But you might go do a job and you're like, this is really impressive, whether it's your cabling work or maybe it's setting up a new custom build, whatever it might be. Get that selfie stick. You can set it up. It can take pictures or videos of you. You can hold it out in front of you. There's just a world of possibilities, and there's no way that you're going to get over your fear of being in front of a camera without being in front of a camera. I know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just the nature of the beast. Next is going to be when you having an extra mouse. I know that everybody's got a mouse pad on their laptop if they're out traveling or they're using some kind of tablet, but honestly, in my opinion, traveling without a mouse, especially for how small they are and how cheap it's going to be with this crazy discount, Why would you not have one? I literally have one in every single one of my backpacks that my laptop goes into. If there's a laptop slot for it, it has a mouse in it. Now, I was actually looking for the mouse that I've had. It's not one of these. It's an old Microsoft mouse. The thing has taken a beating that for years, and it still runs like a champ. Find a mouse that you like. I do like the rechargeable aspect because I don't always have a AAA or AA battery on me, but get a mouse that you like, one that's cheap that could get banged around and you could just throw it in your backpack and always, always have it. I also am a big fan of the dongle as opposed to Bluetooth, because you never know. You might have to jump on a client's computer. Why would you limit yourself to a mouse that doesn't really work the way you need it to, or you have to go into settings and configure it? Plug and play, make your life easy. If you want to go old school, go with a wire. Wires are fantastic. Yeah, there's some downfalls. It adds a little bit of extra clutter to your stuff, but if you're like, I don't trust the little dongle that comes with it, get a wired mouse. It's not going to harm you in any way. Now, if you don't want to spend big bucks, I have the Logitech Brio. I'm going to pull it in a frame here. It's decent at best. I use it every once in a while. I use a professional DSLR camera. Now, you don't need to go as crazy as I have. This is way overkill for 99% of people. This is a Sony A7C, if you're interested. I did not put it in this list, although there's a link down at the bottom of the video for it. I was using this for quite a while for my webcam. I went back to my old webcam. It's just smaller. This thing is an absolute unit, especially with this lens. As good of a lens as it actually is, the one I currently run on is much easier, which I'm actually going to get to. But if you're like, hey, I don't want to spend $1,000 on a webcam, this webcam is an absolute steal. 60 bucks, normally 200. It is an insane deal. I actually buy this for my employees when they first start working with me because it's nice to just be able to have a good quality webcam. Now, what I will say is no matter what webcam you get, even the camera that I'm currently using, there's limitations to it. And one of the things that it needs is a light. And I think I covered it somewhere in here. We'll get to it. But you need to have a good quality light source. I have a light bar. I actually just ordered 2 new lights. You'll actually see them in this video, but a webcam is only so good. You have to have good quality lighting. This is a light bar. It's about 30 inches. It's pretty darn large. It's actually a key, like a desk light that I tilted up, and it gives a really, really good amount of light. Now, the lights that I'm going to be showing you, I just ordered 2 of them. It's going to make my lighting even better, but you have to have good lighting no matter what webcam you get. And look, I'm not even lying. It says last purchased in August. They are fantastic. Full HD, 60 frames per second with good lighting. It looks fantastic. Is it ever going to look as good as a DSLR? Probably not, but this is as close you can get to a really, really good image. Next is going to be a microphone. I get it. Not everybody wants an XLR microphone like you have here, where it's 3 prongs at the bottom and you have to have an extra whole setup. I want to make it easy for you guys. I used this exact microphone for years until it actually died, and then I upgraded and changed my setup. This is a fantastic microphone. Now, the reason why I like this is it's light. People are going to say, well, I have a Blue Yeti. A Blue Yeti is a fantastic option. The only thing I don't like about the Blue Yeti is it's heavy. And if you're going to get an arm, which I'm going to show you, they struggle a little bit with the Blue Yeti. It's a fantastic microphone. You want to plop it right in front of you, record. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice USB microphone. You can adjust quite a few settings on there. But if you're looking for something a little bit easier, this is a no-brainer. It's just going to make your life easier, less hassle. It's a USB directly into the bottom. It can be a little temperamental sometimes, especially as it ages and you beat it up and you move. But for the most part, it's a steal. There's just really nothing that's going to make a better sound quality unless you're getting into higher and higher end microphones. This is just one that I personally love. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Worth getting. And the other cool part is they actually just added this. You can mute your microphone. Like, that's huge. They used to not actually have that feature. They've definitely made some updates there. If you are a tech person and you leave the house without at least one USB cable, not USB, RJ45 cable, Ethernet cable, whatever you want to call it, you're crazy. I used to carry a handful of these, 24/7, 365. I would carry one if I needed to do a diagnostics test. You never know. You're on a client site. You might need a quick little patch cable. Go buy 10 3-foot cables and maybe 2 or 3 6 or 12-foot cables. You don't know where you're going to be working. You don't want to sit there and hold your laptop the entire time. You're crazy if you want to do that. I like comfort. We think better when we're comfortable. We have a very heavy thought process job. Make it easy for yourself. Get a 12-foot cable, plug it into where you need to go, plug it into your laptop, call it a day. Have extras. You never know what you're going to need on site. And you're going to look like a superhero if you keep a couple in your car. I used to carry a little box the size of that little Amazon box I just showed you, and it would have everything I needed in the case of an emergency. Somebody can't get connected. Hey, I have an extra cable. Maybe they rolled over it. Who knows? What's it going to cost me? $5 to be a superhero in front of my clients? Don't skimp out on it. It's money well invested. Even if you never use it, at least you had it just in case. Cat 8 is fine. You don't have to go with Cat 8. Cat 7, Cat 6 is cool. Cat 8 I know is the greatest and latest, but most people are never going to need more than 1 gigabit per second. Yes, you can have more. It's not necessary in most cases. Next is going to be an HDMI cable. You never know where you're going. Sometimes a facility might supply it. For the $16 you're gonna spend on it, you don't need a 15-foot. You can get a 6-foot or a 10-foot. I would honestly recommend a 10-foot. Having a few extra feet is never going to hurt you. You'd much rather be prepared to reach a little bit further than say, I'm short because I wanted to save $10. That's literally the difference. A 6-foot cable is $6. A 15-foot cable is $16. Spend the extra money. It almost weighs nothing. Keep it in your backpack, and that is the oh my goodness scenario. If you don't want to keep it in your backpack, and you're like, Harrison, it's a long cable. I don't want to keep it there. Keep it in your car that you drive. Carry around a little tote of all your tech stuff. Keep it organized, and have that in there, because you never know if you're going to be giving a presentation. I already covered the clicker, but sometimes they don't have it, or sometimes it's just easier for you to bring your own cable than it is for people to unplug things, and things get crazy. It's a level of professionalism. It gives you the ability to literally charge more because you're more prepared and you look like a rock star in front of these people. Next is going to be an arm. Now, in this arm, you will see that this has springs. I do not recommend cheaping out and getting one with springs. The problem being is every time you hit the table, you're going to hear this spring noise over and over and over and over again. Spend the extra couple bucks. Do not buy one with springs. This is the exact one that I use. It's the InnoGear microphone arm stand. I am an affiliate of Amazon, by the way. I think I have to disclose that, although the Amazon Associates thing should give it away. It's worth the investment in money, right? I bought it a while back. Worth it. Absolutely, absolutely worth it. Do they get tired over time? Yes, they do. You can only tweak these screws up a little bit every so often. Even if I had to buy a new stand every single year, it is a $35 investment that when I hit the table, you don't hear boing every single time. I had a podcast pre-doing what I'm doing now, and I'll probably get back into it for, I want to say it was like 3 to 5 years. Don't quote me, but like 3 to 5 years. It was the worst. When I cheaped out in the beginning and I didn't have much money at the time and I bought it with the springs, and if it wasn't me hitting the table, it was one of my podcast guests hitting the table, and getting rid of that audio, it's just ear piercing. Avoid it at all costs. Buy something without the springs, make your life easier. All of these links, by the way, will be down in the description down below, but it's just a professional level of setup. Last purchased, look at that. I don't lie. I bought it just the other day. These are going to be the new lights that I'm going to have. My setup is going to look very, very similar to this, as I just have one giant monitor instead of 2 split monitors with these lights. Now, the reason why lighting is important is because cameras, especially webcams, have a really hard time accounting for light. Having more light for a cheap webcam is always better. High-end cameras like this perform better in low light situations. My room is not all that bright. Because of that, I do use a bit of a higher end camera. If you go on a Zoom call with me, you will see my camera that you're seeing right now looks identical on Zoom. It is infinitely nicer than what anybody else has. Spend the money, get the quality lights, It'll make a cheap webcam look incredible versus a low quality webcam with no lighting, or even a high-end webcam with poor lighting. It's just never gonna look as good. I bought 2 of these. You can control the temperatures. That's all photography stuff. You don't need to know about that, but it's worth the investment. And normally they're $130. They're $100 right now. Worth its weight in gold. I'm super excited. Now, if you do want to go the expensive route, I'm forewarning you now, it can get kind of crazy, but your quality is going to be astronomically good. If you are serious about creating tons and tons of content, you're going to need this. This, all it does is allow you to hook up your camera into your computer. It converts that HDMI into USB, and then you can go through and select it as a webcam. I have a fake battery in my camera so it can run it for an infinite amount of time, but you do need this. If you already have a high-end camera laying around, just go check their website. On their website, Elgato, they will have a compatibility chart of what cameras are and are not compatible to this device. You're going to want something that is compatible. It'll give you 1080p at 60 frames or 4K at 30 frames. Either way, it's totally fine. Your video quality is going to be fantastic. You do not need this if you get a regular webcam. So just keep that in mind. These things are gold. This is the lens that I have. It is a sponsored lens. I don't really care. It's expensive. This is on the camera that I'm currently using, which I'll actually show you. You set it, you forget it. It's a super wide angle. It's a very, very high quality lens for $400 if you're interested in getting it. I just want to cover it because I know some people have asked me on a Zoom call or something else, Harrison, what do you use? I want to make sure that I actually tell you what I use instead of gatekeeping. So this is the lens I use, and I believe this is the camera that I use. Sony a6400. It's a fantastic camera. It's a bit of a sale right now for Cyber Monday. This video will be out by Cyber Monday. You can go get this if you want to spend it. The nice part about having a good quality camera like this and the lens, if you want to take family pictures and you want to go out and be a rock star in front of your friends, this is a fantastic camera. I'm not saying anybody needs to go do photography for a living, but if you're out there taking pictures of your family, break this bad boy out. It'll be amazing what you can get as far as quality of imagery goes. My wall is only an arm's, I could touch it, is only an arm's reach back. But because the lens and the camera are so good, it just makes me pop a little bit more. If I move my desk back even further, it would look completely blurred out. It would actually probably look a little bit better. But look, I'm working from my house here. I don't have that much space. An office space maybe in the near future. I had one. It is fantastic. I will probably end up going back to it. Just trying to be as open and transparent with you guys. I know this is a bit of a long video. Next is going to be the Sigma 16mm lens. That's the one I just showed you. Grab it. I didn't know I pulled it up twice. Now, this is crazy, but if you are a true salesperson and you're always on the go and you're like worried about either going to lunch with somebody or going to lunch and having another meeting, you need to have a toothbrush with you. I always carry a toothbrush with me no matter where I go. There's 2 things I always carry. I'm actually going to show you guys those, but a toothbrush worth its weight in gold. Grab a little to-go toothpaste, whatever you prefer. I like these because they fold up. They're super easy. And if I use it and I don't like it anymore, I can just throw it out and just grab another one. They're super, super cheap. For $7, worth it. You will never catch me outside of my house without a toothbrush within range. Am I a tooth freak? Absolutely not. But when you're on a sales meeting and you're already nervous, you don't want to go in and be like, oh, my breath is horrible. Go to the bathroom, stop at a Starbucks right before, go brush your teeth. If you're worried about brushing your teeth in a public bathroom, sip water, brush your teeth, spit the water out, rinse, spit the water out, you're good to go. It's that simple. I've done it all my years in Boy Scouts. You're not going to die. Grab a bottle of water. It's very, very simple, and you can just spit it on the ground. Just don't leave trash anywhere. I'm a big clean up after yourself. Spit it into a garden bed. Nobody's going to get hurt on it. And last but not least, it sounds crazy, deodorant. You got to have deodorant when you're out. You guys are probably like, Harrison, this is ridiculous. I can't believe you're talking about this. But when you're in an hour and a half long meeting, you're walking around. Sometimes you're going up flights of stairs. You might get a little sweaty. You don't have to put deodorant right in the meeting. But if you have meetings back to back to back to back, throw an extra little rub of deodorant on there. It's not going to hurt you. Brush your teeth. I promise you. I cannot tell you I would go, oh, I need to. You hit yourself and you're good to go. If you're out there in person, it is a no-brainer. You can't smell me right now, so I'm not that worried. But when I go out, I try to hold myself to a very high professional standard. So that way I can charge more money. And two, the numbers that I send to people equate to the level of how I present myself. It's just that simple. Now, I do want to give you guys some quick little nuggets here. I am not an affiliate of Newegg, but Newegg has some crazy, crazy deals. If you're looking to get some stuff, I don't understand why they sell chef knives, but obviously I know you guys are probably already on Newegg. Upgrade your computers. Now's the time to take advantage of it. Amazon has great deals. Newegg has great deals. There's plenty of other vendors out there. But the two that I wanted to share with you guys is kind of secret sauce for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, although Black Friday has already passed, is a website called slickdeals.net. I check it out every once in a while. There are some incredible tech deals on here. They actually have usually a huge area for like headphones, all tech. Yeah, here you go, tech deals. It's everything tech related. Are you going to use all this? Absolutely not. But I can tell you, I have found some absolutely incredible next level deals on this website. And a lot of these deals I've actually sold to customers. So there's sometimes switches, there's routers, there's a whole bunch of different things on here. I'm no geekkeeper. I'm going to tell you what I currently use. And then another one called Camel. One of my buddies told me about this. They always have tech deals. If there's something that you want and you know that they're overpricing it right now, you can throw it in there, you can add it to your list, and it'll watch it and tell you, hey, this is an all-time high. There's always good deals in here. A lot of times it's tech and books for whatever reason. But those are two websites. Definitely go check those out. If you want to support the channel and you've made it this far, any link down below is going to be an affiliate link. I appreciate you taking the time to click that link before you shop. You don't even have to buy anything that I recommend. But if you click that link and then you buy anything in Amazon, it does help support the channel. It means the world to me. Other than that, I got nothing for you guys. Now, I have a list of amazing videos that are coming up. Take advantage of those videos. This will be up Cyber Monday morning to get you all ready. And I hope you guys crush it this week. I have tons of great content here. If you have a great idea, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you hanging out with me for 22 minutes. And I'll see you guys later. Love you guys.